The Jewish National Fund is responsible for ethnic cleansing, apartheid, and land theft against the Palestinians, and they're having a conference in Dallas, Texas on November 14th to 16th. Here are 5 more things you should know about the JNF. Number 1. The JNF is the biggest land-owning organization in Israel, with a direct ownership of 13% of state lands there. However, the JNF actually has decisive control and influence over as much as 93% of state lands because it works closely with the Israeli Land Authority. 6 out of the 13 seats in the ILA Council are filled by representatives from the JNF. Why does this matter? Well, 2. The JNF does not allow its lands to be sold, leased, or sublet to non-Jews. This requirement applies not only to the land directly owned by the JNF, but also to land governed jointly with the ILA. This means that the roughly 2 million Palestinians in Israel are barred from owning or even renting 93% of state lands. In fact, only 3% of all land in Israel is available for Palestinians to live in. 3% for a people making up 21% of the total population. And some Hezbollists will try to convince you that apartheid doesn't exist in Israel. 3. The JNF was the organization that decided what to do with the land stolen from the Palestinians in the 1947-49 Nakba, when over 500 Palestinian villages were destroyed. And here I'd like to quote directly from Josef Weitz, who was the head of the settlement department of the JNF, a man who Ilan Pappé says proudly reported that he remained unmoved by the sight of tractors destroying whole villages. In June 1948, Weitz reported to the Israeli government that "We have begun the operation of cleansing, removing the rubble, and preparing the villages for cultivation and settlement. Some of these will become parks." Which brings me to 4. The JNF has planted over 250 million trees to cover up the ruins of Palestinian villages destroyed during the Nakba. I've made 2 videos before that go into detail about this. I would like to add that the JNF's tree planting campaign continues to dispossess and displace Palestinians to this day, with Bedouin communities in the Nakab now being the main target of the JNF's drive to make the desert bloom. 5. The JNF doesn't just operate in occupied Palestine, but has chapters all over the world. And here I have some good news. The JNF recently lost its status as a tax-exempt charity in Canada, and a similar process is underway in the UK. So it is possible to fight against and deal a significant financial blow to the JNF and thus make their work more difficult. As I mentioned at the top, the JNF is holding a conference in Dallas, Texas on November 14th to 16th, and there's a coalition of groups in Dallas working to shut it down, including the Palestinian Youth Movement, Jewish Voice for Peace, Code Pink, the Dallas Anti-War Committee, the National Alliance Against Racism and Political Repression, the Freedom Road Socialist Organization, and the Progressive Student Union. If you're in an organization in Texas and beyond that can make it to Dallas on November 14th, I highly encourage you to get involved. For everybody else, you can sign the open letter and endorsement form, or you can call or email the Hilton Anatolia Hotel where the conference is slated to take place. The email is pre-written, so all you have to do is hit send. The link to all this is in my bio or the description. You can also help spread the word, and that can be as simple as sharing and reposting this video. Thank you for your attention. Free Palestine.